To prepare the DIY shampoo, the main ingredients that you will be requiring are amla, rita and shikakai. So here I am pouring the amla followed by rita and then shikakai. So what you have to do is you have to just pour all these ingredients of equal quantities in water and you have to store it for at least 24 hours. You can keep it up to 48 hours also, but I had kept it for around 27 hours, 26, 27 hours. After that, what you have to do is you have to take that water and boil it, like with the amla and rita and shikakai and whatever add-ons you want to give. Just you have to boil it. So just follow the demonstration along with. And you have to take a bigger container. I mean, I had to change the container after a few hours only because they soak up all the water and they swell up, and so take a lot more water and take a much bigger container. So after soaking them for a few hours, I will be adding a few neem leaves and a few fenugreek seeds as per my scalp requirements, the benefits of which I will be putting on the screen. And these neem leaves will act as an antibacterial and antifungal agent not only in the shampoo but also on your scalp. So overall, it's a good thing to add. And now you have to boil the water and you will see the foam coming up. Once this has cooled down, strain it in a big bottle and keep it airtight in a refrigerator.
So coming to the pros and cons of this DIY shampoo. Firstly, the pros. So the main reason why I have decided to stick to this hair care routine for 6 months, that is the transition time, and post that if my hair adapts to it completely, is because it has kind of reduced my hair loss. It has reduced my hair loss to a little extent. I will not say that it has brought it down from 400 to 40, but it has kind of helped me reducing my hair loss to a little extent, and I'm happy with that because till now whatever market purchase products I was using, none of the products were capable in bringing a change, but this product has made a little difference. So yes, coming to the hair loss part, it has reduced my hair loss a little bit. If you want the numbers, go back to my previous video then where I have given the entire zero cosmetic hair care routine and hair loss updates. You will get the numbers on what my hair loss was earlier and what it is now. So that is the case, and I feel that in the initial days when I had just had my haircut, then whatever was the thickness of my hairs, now I think that as they're growing longer, then I feel that they are being a little thicker. This is something I feel now. Hair is a very tiny, very fine thing. So obviously I cannot be very precise with this. Just like with the hair loss count, I can give you exact numbers. But with this, I can just tell you what I feel about it. And what I feel is that just after the haircut, whatever was my hair thickness, now as it is growing longer this side, the thickness has increased a little bit. That is something I feel. Okay, another small detail is that as because I have added neem leaves to it, so my scalp is a little less irritated. I mean, if my scalp feels itchy and I wash my hair with this, then the itchiness is subsided, kind of if not 100%, 70% it is subsided because of its antibacterial and antifungal properties. Now coming to the cons. The cons are something I am having to deal with to go through the transition time before I decide on whether my hair is going to adapt completely to this natural hair care routine or not. So yeah, the cons are a necessary evil. So the first con is something, you can call it a con or you can call it a pro depending on how you prefer your hair to be. So firstly, it makes my hair a bit oily. Now this is kind of my fault as well, because I did not add a lot of Rita, that is, I did not add a lot of soap nuts. Rather, I added very few soap nuts, and that too I did not like peel it off and take off the seeds and squeeze it. I did not put so much of effort. Okay, I just kind of boiled it and like squeezed it directly and threw them away. So you have to take effort in adding. No, first you need to add more soap nuts, and then you need to peel every soap nut individually, and then you need to squeeze them to take out the saponins. So I did not do so much, so there is very less of saponin, and it does not cleanse my hair 100%. So my hair feels a little bit oily now, as because I have short hair, so it is not completely a con for me, because for short hair, if it is very silky, very smooth, and it every time it just comes over the eyes and it irritates a little bit. But if it is a little bit oily, then it kind of stays in place all set. So that's kind of a pro and a con. But the real con here is that it does not cleanse my hair 100%. Like if I'm having dandruff issues, or if my hair is a little bit dirty, like dirty, okay, fine. If there is like dust and all, then that is cleansed up. But if there is some stubborn dandruff, then it does not cleanse it completely. Okay, and that is something no one would want. That everyone wants a clean scalp. So if it sometimes goes absolutely out of control, then for once, like once in 2 weeks or something, like there is no fixed interval, but when your hair gets totally out of control, then once a while you need to use a market bought shampoo to kind of cleanse your hair, and then get back with the natural shampoo if your natural shampoo is not giving you sufficient amount of cleansing. So this con is something really difficult to bear with, but again, on the days you will be continuing with your natural shampoo, the reduction in hair loss will kind of yield the benefits. So I will be continuing with this. I will be giving hair loss updates. If I like modify this hair care routine, I will be again updating that, and again hair loss updates. So please subscribe to my channel if you want all the updates. So that is it for today, guys. Bye bye.